This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Are you looking for that last card to complete your deck, or you want to start your adventure and you don't have any TCGO codes? This is the website to start. You can go to PotownStore.com and use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% off your next order. And they have a huge variety of codes up on their website, ranging from the latest booster packs like Battle Styles. They have Dragapult codes, Eternus codes, Zacian codes, you name it. Be sure to check it out on PotownStore.com. Also, this video is sponsored by cardmarket.com, the best place for European players to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every day to get rid of my bulk, and you can buy some sweet deals from people all across Europe. I love the website. Be sure to check out the affiliate link in the description. You're going to be helping me out. And without further ado, let's just get this video started. I'm hyped. Hopefully you guys are hyped as well. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome back to our TCG deck profile video on my channel. I officially started the Chilling Reign coverage, so this is the first deck list up on the channel. Of course, Chilling Reign comes out on the 18th of June. We're going to be opening up some booster boxes on this channel, so that's definitely something to look forward to. So definitely subscribe if you're a fan of that, or if you're a fan of the competitive concept of new Chilling Reign decks in general. So we're going to be starting off with none other than Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Probably the chase card of Chilling Reign. This is going to be a very good card just because of the Underworld Door. This ability is actually like Malamar combined with Zoroark GX's trade ability. So we're going to be able to accelerate a Psychic Energy card from our hand to one of our bench Pokemon. And if we do that, we actually are able to draw 2 cards. So you have to have energies in hand in order for this to work. And it can only work for basic Psychic Energy, so it doesn't work for Horror Psychic Energies. Because Horror Psychic Energy is only Psychic Energy once attached. So just to get that out of the way, so that's why there's a lot of basic Psychic Energies in this list. We are going to be running the full line here. As you can see here, a 4-tree line, so we can get this monstrous Pokemon up in play as soon as possible. We have the Max Geist attack, 10 damage, plus 30 more for every Psychic Energy attached to all of our Pokemon. So why are we going to be playing 10 physical copies of the Psychic Energy? Well, the reason for that is that we can just accelerate them with none other than the Underworld Door, but also with Cresselia. Cresselia is a fantastic one-price Pokemon in this archetype, and that's also the reason why we're running 3 copies of that. So we want to be starting out with that. We have stuff like switches and air balloons to make that happen, and we can use the Crescent Glow, or actually Grow. We are able to accelerate a Psychic Energy from our deck straight away to one of our Pokemon. If we go second, however, and if it's our first turn, we can actually search our deck for 3 Psychic Energies and attach them to one of our Pokemon. So very similar to the Volcanion of Unbroken Bonds here, and it also comes back with an attack which is able to slap 120 damage if you have at least 5 energies in play with Photon Laser. Could be a nice one-price attacker for sure if you have energy spread across your board. Very, very nice. But more importantly, it's going to be for that first attack to accelerate energies. We also have a one-price, actually another one-price, the basic V Pokemon for Shadow Rider Calyrex. And I only have the Japanese translation for now, but I can explain what this does. It has a first attack 10 damage, and during the opponent's next turn, they're not able to accelerate, or actually to attach special energies from their hand or play stadium cards. So you can lock them off playing any specific stadiums or special energies. This can automatically win you matchups against stuff like Mad Party or decks that only rely on special energies. So it's a very nice attacker, and its secondary attack is also not too bad. Slaps 50 damage to 2 of the opponent's Pokemon. So you actually put 5 damage counters to 2 of the opponent's Pokemon. So that's what it is. So now that we explained the new cards in this list, we're also going to be talking about Gengar Mimikyu, Dusknoir Trevenant, and Mewtwo. These are tag team GXs we got familiar with. So if you are interested, you could also be pairing this with a Tackle engine. I've seen some lists floating around in Japan as well with Tackle. So you have Goose Hollow, so you automatically can find your Aurora Energy, because we are also playing Galarian Zapdos V. This is going to be our counter against Eternus, just because Eternus one-hit KOs are tag teams, and it also one-hit KOs our Shadow Rider Calyrex because of weakness. So that's why we need to have an answer for that. There's Galarian Zapdos V. It's only 1 copy, but 1 copy is already efficient to just knock out an Eternus, which has 2 energies, because the opponent will be slowed down with that, and then you can start gusting up, because this deck does run a lot of draw engines. So you can have your Shadow Rider Calyrex with the Underworld Door, drawing cards, then go for the Dene, then go for Crobat, then go for Researcher. You can actually dig quite deeply into the deck for the cards you want. And this is a Galarian Zapdos. You might think, how are you going to be able to accelerate? You need 4 energies. Well, that's with the Fighting Instinct ability. For every V Pokemon the opponent has in play, this attack cost becomes 1 Kara's energy less. So Thunderous Kick is 1 Kara's energy less for every V Pokemon the opponent has in play. This also works, funny enough, against stuff like Pikarom, because Pikarom runs Bolton, runs Crobat, so if they have a couple of them in play, you can just get yourself going with Galarian Zapdos and slap for huge damage output. And not only that, the Thunderous Kick also gets rid of a special energy before you calculate the damage, so Weak Guard energy doesn't help in the slightest. So we have an answer against your Darkness weakness, which is awesome. You have crazy one-price Pokemon like Cresselia, which can deal with stuff like Altaria as well as Decidueye if you're having troubles against that. And we also have, of course, ways we can cheese out games with, of course, Horror House GX. Gengar, that's going to be the main GX move I personally would use. You could also go for a Reset Stamp and the Pale Moon GX of Dusknoir Trevenant, because during the opponent's next turn they're KO'd, so it's also an option. Or even you can heal off all damage from all of your Pokemon with the Miraculous Duo GX of Mewtwo. Mewtwo, on the other hand, is also your secondary copy of Gengar Mimikyu or Dusknoir Trevenant if you happen to just discard it in the early phases. So that's why there's a 1-1-1 in here. You might even think about adding a second copy of Mewtwo in here, but the main focus, of course, of this deck is Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. And let's say there's 10 energies in play. This Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX will be slapping 310 damage. Insane, right? Not only that, the Aurora energy, if it's in play, also counts as a psychic energy for the damage output of Max Guide. So that's why we're running 3 copies of the Aurora energy, just so you can just dig for it, so you can find Galarian Zapdos in combination with that Aurora energy. 3 seems to be like the perfect number to find that, because I still want to have lots of basic energies in our list just to draw cards. What else is a new card coming from Chilling Reign is Fog Crystal. Fog Crystal is going to be the equivalent of Net Ball, but for Psychic types. Search your deck for a Psychic energy card or a basic Psychic Pokemon, reveal it and put it in the hand. So in the late game, you can get yourself energies, or at the beginning of the game, you can get yourself the Shadow Rider Calyrex V, so you can have an army, because you have 4 Quick Ball, 4 Fog Crystals, and 3 Communication. So getting your setup is going to be easy as pie, and you just draw through the deck. It's crazy. I've never play tested like with Shadow Rider Calyrex before. It's like Zoroark, but it's crazier because all of the energies stick on the board every single turn. So let's just go for the Underworld Door and attach up the turn. Your damage output gets increased. You draw 2 cards. So I'm also thinking about adding a second copy of Reset Stamp. So you might cut down on 1 copy of the Marnie to just put in a second copy of Reset Stamp, because I still think it's powerful, to say the slightest. So you can actually dig for the Reset Stamp because of the crazy ability, the Underworld Door. Other things you can do with this deck is, that's why also there's a high count of Marnie. That's why I'm a big fan of that. Night Watch. Night Watch is going to be so strong post-rotation. Actually, not post-rotation. It's going to be a pre-rotation. So this is a pre-rotation list. We still have like about 3 months which we can play with this specific list, I think. So we have June, July, August. So we can still play test until our heart's content. So as I was saying, pre-rotation, the Night Watch is going to be ridiculous. Just Marnie and then go for Night Watch, shuffling 2 of the opponent's cards back in their deck. And if they have a low hand size, you can punish them. You can instantly set this up in one go if you have your Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. So not only is this a great support Pokemon, it's a great attacker. It sets up your other Psychic type Pokemon. It's going to be a great deck for sure. If you are doubting which deck you actually have to invest in, this is probably one of the ones I should recommend because of the most bonkers ability. And you have an answer against your weakness in the form of Galarian Zapdos. Aurora Energy is still around after rotation, so very, very strong archetype. And there's also 2 copies of Calyrex Swell in here, just so you can get rid of those Path of the Peaks, because Path of the Peak actually destroys your abilities, and that's something you don't want. They get Stamp and Path to the Peak, so that's why there's 2 copies of Calyrex Well, just to be safe and sound against that busted Stadium card, which will probably be in a lot of archetypes coming forward out of Chilling Reign. Other than that, we have our classic 3 copies of Boss Zords and 4 copies of Research. There's no Eldegoss in this list. If you're doubting, you can actually put in an Eldegoss so you can recover a Boss Zords, but I don't think it's necessary, as you dig through your deck quite nicely with, of course, drawing cards. And we also have Marshadow to get rid of the Path to the Peak. I forgot to mention that, but it's easy searchable with Fog Crystal, Quick Ball, or Communication. So Path to the Peak is not going to cause us any trouble whatsoever. So this is my first concept list of the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Are you excited for Chilling Reign? If you are, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of the like button. It helps out so much. You have no idea. And yeah, we're going to be making more content about Chilling Reign, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified when a new video goes live. But this is probably going to be one of the archetypes I'm looking forward to most, but there's still many unexplored archetypes we're going to be talking about. We have Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, we have the Zeraora V Passimian, Urshifu box. There's so much to look forward to. Mark my words, you're going to have a blast here on the channel, and it's going to be good to be a Pokemon fan nowadays because we're getting Chilling Reign in June, and then in August we're getting the Evolving Skies, which will contain Rayquaza VMAX. So lots of great things in TCG. I'm very excited. Hopefully you guys are excited as well. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for tuning in today. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.